What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus deck profile. So we're going over Swordsoul, a very popular deck from the past few formats. You know, this has been one of the forever decks. People play this deck when they're extremely casual. It's a great entry point to the game. So I wanted to give a little bit of an updated list of it, especially with like this deck's like super dirt cheap, other than like Baron, and I can show you as a replacement for it. Before we dive in, if you like, comment, subscribe, helps the channel a lot, and we're going to be doing a budget series soon. There's going to be a poll up on the channel, I believe, earlier today. So you guys can choose what deck we'll be playing, and I'll show you guys the budget version. So I'll also show you guys what the difference would be in this deck here. So we're going to start off with the 3 Mogi, kind of your normal summon of the deck. Reveal a worm, summon out a token, you know, have your tokens already made, make Chi Zhao go pluses. Then we have the 3 Long Yawns. This helps you get into your 10s. Only reason why you have access to 10s is for this one, you know, discard, summon out. If you pair with these two, you essentially have with one more 10 in hand or a Swordsoul, you essentially get a Baron on the field without committing to your summons. You have the 1 Taya. I think people are debating still the one or two of these. We're choosing the 1 currently, but I definitely could play 2 if you want to. Then we're on the 3 Virtuous. Summons out any of your stuff. Crazy going second card. Being able to summon itself out and then tag out into a Mogi or a Taya feels absolutely great. Sometimes you don't want to see the second one, but it's always, you know, being able to come up. And you can also use it. It's also a tuner as well, so you can just get it out and then like synchro summon with an Ashuna or some other stuff to get in some interesting plays. Then for the 10s, we have the 3 Ashuna, the 3 Vishuddha, as well as our copy of the Adharas and the 2 Adharas here. I'll just put them there. And the 1 Shatana. So I always haven't really been a big fan of the Shatana, but I've been convinced to play it because it is level 4, which means you can also go into your Virtuous here. If you get the play, it's like sometimes you have to go into it. It's also crazy in the graveyard. If you want to go for like your blackout pop and then bring it out back out the card, which is kind of nice. So you don't really need the 3rd Adhara anymore. A lot of the time your 10s will not get you there, so that's why we're not playing them. Now for the hand traps, you are on the 3 Ash Blossoms as well as the 3 Droll and Lockbirds. We're only playing 9 hand traps in this build. We'll also see the imperms at the end of the video with the traps. But like this really covers all your matchups. Droll doesn't hurt this deck at all, so that's why you are playing Droll. And Ash is just super generic. You know, being able to hit those branded fusions, being able to hit the Chimera stuff, being able to hit Unchained, being able to hit even Kashtira, you know, being able to hit a bunch of the decks on this format. You know, you can always just generic, especially being able to hit like Labyrinth and stuff like that. Just feels absolutely nice and going. And then you have like those like just absolute win more cards. So if you're not playing Droll, you should be playing Nib in the main deck. But a lot of decks don't really care about Nib right now. It feels kind of weird playing it in the main. So we're choosing to play Droll here and just hopefully you can take some nice wins against Mid-Adium and stuff like that. And then for the spells, we are playing the 3 Emergence. Search a Shoe for your Sword-Souls. Can't search Protoss anymore, but that's all right. The 2 Heavenly Circles. This card is amazing. People forget about the graveyard effect. I always forget about that as well. You know, being able to search for a 10 can be very nice for advantage as well. You know, as a branded player, I love those double effects. And then we are on the double Desires here. Praying this card comes off the list to 3. Please give us triple Desires. This deck would absolutely love that. And then instead of playing the 12 hand traps, we are on the 3 Book of Moons. So this is absolutely crazy card right now. As everybody knows, you know, being able to book one of the Kashtira stuff, being able to book the Purely, being able to book even like branded. You know, the moment that you have this going first, you're able to set it as an interaction. And then going second, it's also another form of interaction. You know, being able to book those problematic monsters just feels really nice. Don't really think that book is actually dead versus any matchups this format as well, which is nice. It feels like the worst against branded or something like that, but even then you can still like hit like I guess you can't hit Albion because it can't be targeted, but it's just always really good. Even against Swordsoul, you can like hit the Chi Zhao or stuff like that. Now for the last, we are playing the 3 Infinite Impermanence and the 1 Blackout. If you want to play 2 Blackout, you could. That's really, I feel like that's training wheels of the deck, but One blackout is really necessary. We want to round it up to 40, so 40 cards. Very, very standard, I think. People may not be playing Nib or Droll, but definitely should be this format. Now for the extra deck, this is also very standard. We're on the 2 Shijao. I think that this is like hasn't changed at all. The 2 Baxias, you know, being able to shuffle back, summon out one of your graveyards feels nice. The 1 Draco Berserker, standard. The 1 Yazi, as well as the 1 Xiaofang. I've seen a lot of lists cut this, but this has come up so much versus like Rogue. Even like just making this against like some of the decks right now feels great. Against Purely, if you is using a dark and a light, they can't really beat this. So kind of nice having like an automatic win button against Purely as well. And then we are playing the 1 Baron and the 1 Sinister Longyang, as well as the 1 Chengying. So Baron, you could actually play the Ice Jade Argamine instead, or whatever it's called, if you want to, for a budget variant of the deck. But with the reprint set coming up, Baron is like going to be fairly cheap, we hope. So definitely keep your eye out on Barons. Then we're playing the Second Punisher. This card is going to be especially dirt cheap this coming week because of the fact that the tins are dropping on Wednesday. So definitely pick up your copy of Second Punisher if you want to play this deck, and get ready to pop some stuff. You know, it doesn't come up all the time, but it does come up sometimes, so it's really nice to have. And then we are playing, of course, the 3 Monks and the 1 Shaman there. To round it off, you could play 2, but I really like the 3rd Monk. As long as you have like the lines where you have to go through 2 Monks to continue your plays, and then you always want to have a 3rd in rotation after that. So the deck is fairly cheap other than the Barone. So, you know, that's why a lot of casuals do play the deck. And then for the side deck, this is obviously up to personal choice. This is just about my my locals here. So I'm playing the 3 Nib. I feel like you have to be playing this somewhere in your deck. If you're not playing it in the main, you definitely have to play it in the side. You could do the same thing with Droll. You know, swap them out, whatever you want. We are playing the 3 Dark Rulers. So this is just for going first, or going second, I should say. People are maining this right now. Some people are playing it over, like the Book of Moons. But I really like books, this format. I think books are absolutely crazy. You could also change this out for Eclipses if you want. But there's like some combo decks right now that are just going crazy. Like we see Vanadium, Infernoble, and stuff like that, even Sprite. You really want to have like these 2 cards for it. And a lot of the time like the Sprite boards or the Vanadium stuff can play around Nib. Just, you know, the Dark Ruler them just feels absolutely great. We are playing the 1 Duster because we are respecting the back row decks, as well as the double Cosmic Cyclones. If you guys have been watching the channel for a long time, you guys will know that I'm a huge fan of the Duster double Cyclone. I really think that that's like in most of my side decks. I'll just put it up here. Don't really think that's ever going to really change us how I really feel about having like 3 of the stuff. If Duster came back, maybe I'd cut down 1 Cyclone for another Duster, but can't really see that happening. Then we are also on the 3 evenly matches. This is a little bit of a like people have been dropping this a lot, which I think is just like probably incorrect. Because you look at a lot of like the boards, there's not really that much stuff that actually like omni negates. But like in the graveyard, a lot of decks can still do stuff, but putting them face down, especially face down banished, can help you out a lot. Branding is great for that. And then there's like Vanadium, can't really play through. Like if you Dark Ruler evenly, I'm pretty sure you just win the game if you just normal summon Moyi afterwards. So just very nice to have. There is a lot of going second cards you guys can see in this. That's because the deck is very good going first regardless. Like you have your Book of Moons in the main deck. And this deck is like really control-y. It is like a mid-range control deck. But, you know, having this like generically good cards going first, like, you know, the draw, get Blackout, Qizhao, and then like having like the last card here, which are the anti-spells, which is like super generic. Every Swordsoul deck should be playing it. But that's really all you need. Like if you have a anti-spell, Blackout, Qizhao, and then like a Baron on the field, you're pretty much winning that game regardless, unless you get hit with like a Dark Ruler evenly, and stuff like that. So this deck can go very, very fair, and you're really like changing like one interaction for another, which is really nice for the deck. But you don't need that much going first, because you already have so much. You could change one of these over, like if you're playing like already some books, you could play like another Book of Eclipse here if you wanted to. You could change them out, absolutely. But this is just a guideline for the deck. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll be showcasing this off. I'm going to be taking this deck to locals this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll hopefully see you then. Stay safe. Peace.